What is up, YouTube? Welcome to this Doctor Who episode. Easily the best one of this season by far. Mainly down to the fact that Missy did a dab and I've knocked my mic stand. Whatever, who cares? This was so sick. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. Let's jump in. So this is easily comparable, or whatever you want to use the word, to a David Tennant episode. Well, there was Cybermen in it, but there wasn't the original Cybermen. There was the Mondasian Cybermen, which were, if you don't know, if you think that these new Cybermen were dope. No, these weren't new. These were Mondasian Cybermen from the original series. And if you remember, in the kind of reboot or continuation of Doctor Who, when it started again, in Season 2, we had the Cybermen. They were Cybermen from a different universe. So we're getting some kind of multiverse shit going on there, which was really, really cool. And I really, really did love this episode. I mean, I'm not sure who was scarier. Were the original Cybermen scarier, or were the new kind of Cybermen, were they scarier? I don't know. But this episode was really, really cool. I love the fact that timey-wimey stuff was getting all messed up. And I love the optimism here, because Peter Capaldi has been a really, really tough Doctor. He's been really kind of cynical, sarcastic, but he's been opening himself up, and he has given the Master or Missy a chance this time to actually be good. And boy, did that backfire. And we see Bill where she has the heart, or her hole is just shot out of her, and we're just like, oh. And then he cuts to him saying that I'm going to keep you alive. And wow, did that not go to plan? That really, really didn't. So at the start of the episode, obviously, we see Missy and crew come out of the TARDIS. And I'm not sure if Missy is going to survive past this season or how they're going to work this out. But I absolutely I adored her coming out saying, I'm Doctor Who. And a very meta reference where the fact that everyone says Doctor Who, she's just streamlined it, and she does a dab as well there. Because Michelle Gomez is bae. She is just the absolute sheer best part of this season by far. She is just amazing. I mean, now we've got John Sim, who is equally just as good. And I absolutely loved him. I loved his kind of weird sort of outfit that he had. And we've got the Exodus. So I've said this in previous videos, that I didn't watch the original Doctor Who. So I was reading up before this episode aired about Mondasian Cybermen on this, because I knew there was some original ones, and the ones which I grew up with, technically, they were from a different universe. And so if you didn't know, Mondas, which is where they originated, and then this twin Earth kind of went off into space, and the conditions were not very good for them whatsoever. And slowly they started converting themselves into these Cybermen things, which were incredibly creepy. It looks like they had like some really thick socks on their head there. And so this is what is happening. So I'm a bit confused here about what's going on with this ship. So we've got the massive, massive colony ship. It seems like they're actually going to Mondas. So this is the original. This is, like they said at the end of the episode, that this was the start. This was the genesis of the Cybermen. And this is where the humans went there as well. They went to Earth, went to Mondas, and this is where they started to be created. So it looks like we've got some kind of like class war going on this ship, which is very apt for the British politics right now, and especially American politics as well, because it's all a garbage fire. It's all a massive fucking garbage fire at the moment. But this episode was just done expertly. I would have liked to have learned more about that blue dude on the ship. I would have liked to have learned more about where the ship was coming from. But I guess that does kind of take the mystery away. I mean, I'm a huge lore guy, a huge kind of mythology guy. That's why I started this channel, to talk about mythology. I essentially started the channel to talk about stuff which I couldn't find on YouTube at all. So that's why that exists, and that's why I'm so interested in that. So if you think, oh, well, why does he want to know about that? It'll ruin the mystery. That's why. But it did actually work here, the episode. We had the huge time distortion as well, as it's going towards a black hole as well. But everyone was on top form this episode. The music especially was stunning at the end. I mean, the incredibly powerful scene. And obviously we had Missy versus the Master at the end there. And it does look like Missy is working with her past self because, well, I guess she kind of has to if she wants to survive. Because if her past self dies, then, well, yeah, she's going to die as well. So that's why she's working with him. And I love the fact that the Master was, or Missy, was complicit in creating these Cybermen, seemingly, and also killing Bill, which we went, I waited. I mean, that's a terrible impression, but that was powerful. I was just like losing my shit. I was shook. I was hashtag shook that entire scene. I mean, I don't think I have seen a episode or a scene in the last year on TV that, one, has the amount of fan service in that part and also has the tense kind of the crescendo of bringing this right up and fulfilling all these mysteries that we've had throughout all of the seasons. I don't think anything has actually done that. I mean, possibly with the exception of the Arrow finale or something like that, or maybe even the Game of Thrones finale last year, but this was insane, and I have to say it was done expertly. And it's cool that we've got Cybermen. Weirdly, in the trailer next week, we do actually have the modern, the alternate version of the Cybermen as well. And I'm not sure where they are. Maybe they eventually land on Mondas or something like that. Do they get past this black hole and actually land there? Not too sure. But we have had the regeneration teased like mad. We have had that. We had that in the Monks episode where he kind of teased it. Then we have seen it briefly. I mean, we've got it next week as well. Holy shit. So I'm really hoping, this is my appeal, if BBC, if by any chance you are watching this, please do not reveal who the next Doctor is before he regenerates. Because that makes it so much better. I know you want to hype it up. I understand that they probably will announce who it is. However, it would have been so much cooler if we did not know that John Sim was in this season. And we didn't know that he was in this episode. Would have been a million times better. But it was good as it is. So that's it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.